We are on the verge of a really huge shift in AI. We're moving away from the simple, passive chatbot and into an era of truly capable assistants, AIs that can actually get things done for you. And this entire evolution, it all comes down to one powerful new concept: agent skills.
So what's the big problem that agent skills are trying to solve? Well, it's this fundamental tension in AI right now. On one hand, you have models with this incredible, broad general knowledge. You can ask them almost anything. But on the other hand, they're pretty passive. They know a lot, but they can't do a lot. The next leap is all about giving them specific, step-by-step expertise, turning all that passive information into real-world, actionable capability.
Here's the roadmap for our journey today. First, we'll dig into what this next big step for AI really looks like. Then we'll pop the hood and see how these skills actually work and check out some agents in the wild. But, with great power comes great risk, which leads us to a hidden security crisis. From there, we'll explore a proposed solution, a framework for trust, and finally, we'll look at the path forward.
All right, let's dive into AI's next big step. This is really a story about evolving from just prompting our AI models to truly programming them to be active agents in our digital world.
And you can really see the progression pretty clearly. Just a couple of years back, it was all about prompt engineering, crafting these clever but kind of one-off temporary instructions. That leveled up to tool use, which let an AI make a specific call to an external tool. But where we're headed now is skill engineering, and this is the real game changer: bundling instructions, code, and know-how into powerful, reusable packages. So how in the world do these skills actually work? Well, probably the best analogy, and the one we're going to stick with, is to think of it like giving an AI an onboarding guide for a brand new job. So let's get specific. What is an agent skill? It's a self-contained little package. It's got instructions, maybe some code, and other resources all bundled up. But here's the magic part. An AI agent can load this skill on demand to get a new superpower, all without having to be retrained from the ground up. It's kind of like a software plugin for an AI's brain. And this quote from the researchers at Anthropic just nails it. They said, "Building a skill is like putting together an onboarding guide for a new hire." That just perfectly captures the whole idea, right? You're giving the AI the specific procedural knowledge it needs to do a brand new task, just like you would with a person.
Now, the secret sauce that makes all of this work so efficiently is a clever system called progressive disclosure. Instead of the AI loading up a massive skill file all at once and clogging up its memory, it only loads what it needs when it needs it. It's a three-step process. It starts with just a tiny description, like a table of contents. If that looks relevant, it loads the full instructions, the main chapter. And only if it gets really stuck does it go and grab the deep technical stuff, like the appendices. It's a brilliantly smart way to handle complexity.
Okay, so that's the theory. We know what they are and how they work. But where are we actually seeing this stuff being used? Well, that brings us to the rise of the computer use agent. The number one job for agent skills right now is creating what are called computer use agents, or CUAs. And these are exactly what they sound like. AIs designed to use the computer just like you and me by looking at the screen, moving the mouse, clicking icons, and typing into text boxes. Skills are the perfect way to teach an AI how to use all the different apps on our computers. And the progress here, it's been absolutely mind-blowing. Just look at this table. On the OS World V benchmark, the best AI agent now has a success rate of 72.6%, which is actually a little better than the human baseline of 72.4%. Let that sink in for a second. In some cases, for some tasks, AI agents are already becoming superhuman at using computers.
But, and this is a really big but, with this incredible new power comes a huge and mostly unaddressed dark side. There is a hidden security crisis brewing inside these seemingly innocent little skill files.
26.1%. According to a massive security analysis, that's the percentage of skills made by the community out there in the wild right now that have at least one security vulnerability. We're talking more than 1 in every 4 skills. That is not good. And we are not talking about small bugs here. These are serious, serious problems. Things like data exfiltration. That's a fancy way of saying the skill is designed to steal your passwords or your files. Or privilege escalation, where a skill tries to hijack the agent itself to do things it's not supposed to. This is the new front line for cybersecurity threats.
The research basically sorted these bad apple skills into 2 main groups:
You've got your data thieves, which are laser-focused on sneaking out your sensitive information. And then you have the agent hijackers, which use tricky instructions to mess with the AI's head and make it do whatever the attacker wants.
Okay, so clearly this is a massive problem. You can't build a thriving ecosystem on a foundation where a quarter of the building blocks might be malicious. So the good news is, the paper that identified this problem also proposes a solution, a framework for actually building trust.
The whole idea is to get away from the current model, which is basically implicit trust, where the agent just downloads a skill and hopes for the best. Instead, we need to move to a structured system of checks and balances. We have to find a way to verify these skills before we let them run wild on our systems.
So how would that work? Well, imagine that every single new skill has to run a gauntlet of 4 verification gates. First, a static analysis scan looks for red flags in the code. Second, another AI checks if the skill's instructions actually match what it says it does. Third, it gets executed in a safe, isolated sandbox to see what it really does. And finally, a permission check compares what it did to the permissions it asked for.
And based on how many of those gates a skill can pass, it gets assigned to one of 4 trust tiers. So, a brand new skill from some random person on the internet, that's tier 1, with basically 0 permissions. But a skill that passes every single check and comes from a certified trusted company, that can reach tier 4, earning the highest level of trust and access.
Let's make this super concrete by looking at the 2 extremes. A tier 1 unvetted skill, it can give instructions to the AI, and that's it. No tools, no code execution, no internet access, nothing. A tier 4 skill from a vendor like Atlassian or Canva, though, that can be granted full access to run code, use tools, and talk to the network. The whole point is to enforce the principle of least privilege. You only get the power you've proven you can handle safely.
Now, this framework is a fantastic blueprint, but we are definitely not at the finish line yet. There's still a long road ahead. So let's wrap up by looking at the big open challenges that will really define the future of this field.
And man, the research community has its work cut out for it. There's some huge questions we still need to answer, like how do you make a skill built for one AI work on a totally different AI? Or how does an agent with access to thousands of skills pick the right one for the job? These are the kinds of hard problems that need to be solved to make this whole ecosystem robust and reliable. In the end, that scary 26.1% number isn't just a statistic. It really reflects this classic fundamental tension between wanting an open, innovative ecosystem and needing that ecosystem to be safe and secure. We've seen this exact same battle play out before, right? With mobile app stores, with open source software. This is just the next chapter in that story.
And that all leads us to the final, really provocative question that this entire field is now facing. As we give AI agents these amazing new skills, making them more and more powerful, how do we design the underlying systems, the guardrails, the verification, the governance, that will allow us as humans to actually trust them with our most important, most sensitive, and most critical tasks? That is the challenge that's going to define the next decade of AI.